Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of DB Cars itself, and in today's episode I'll be reviewing the Tribecar Honda Fit or Honda City if you call it. So let's dive straight to this review right now. Alrighty, so here is guys the Honda Fit or Honda Fit Honda Jazz from Tribecar itself. So basically off the bat there isn't really much damage other than some straw marks from the damage itself, but the only damage I can find from this car is basically this scratch right here at the front of the bumper itself. But other than that, that's all for the damage of the car itself. Let me just show you guys the trunk space of the car right now. So basically, this is the non-hybrid version of the car itself. So if you guys didn't know, Honda actually do hybrid and non-hybrid version. So in this case that I'm driving right here is the non-hybrid version. So later on I'll show you guys in the interior what's the difference between the non-hybrid and the hybrid version itself. So yeah, so basically you got your Fit badging right here. You got your Honda badging right here and the plate itself. And to access the trunk, it's very simple. You just need to locate the button, the trunk release button right down below the badge itself. And once you press that, it will show you guys the trunk space of the car itself. So looks like we have some bits here. I think that broke off. Oh, this is the old parts from. I'll show you guys where this belongs to, but I think they replace it. So yeah, but trunk space wise, I would say there isn't really much space to the car itself. I would say maybe at most you can put two normal size suitcase in it, and after that that's all you can put for the trunk space. But if you guys want more space for the car itself, you can either fold down the rear seat by pulling the handle right here, which I'll show you guys later on, or you can lift up the seat, the bottom part of the seat itself for the rail itself, which I also will show you guys later on itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the trunk space of the car itself. Let me see if let me just move these broken bits out. Below is doing nothing much other than some license plate holder, and yeah, that's not much itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the trunk space of the car itself. Conveniently, they have this thing right here which allow you guys to pull the trunk down, so you can just pull it down and just close it itself. So basically that piece you're looking at just now is basically this piece right here, which if I remember correctly, I previously rented this car, and basically I think it was somewhere here or here they was cracked, so look like they replaced it, and that's the broken pipe in it. Yeah, so let me just show you guys on how to get more space, how to maximize your space in the Honda Fit or Honda Jazz itself. So basically you got your typical fold down rear seat, which you do right here. So basically you just let me just move the center seat belt out, move this out. So basically you can fold it down, and you got tons of leg rooms, tons of cargo space already. So that's one alternative you can do for the Honda Fit itself. Or if you do not want to do that, then you can just put this back properly. Oh my god, sorry about that. Alternatively, you can just if I could locate the lever right here. Oh yeah, basically alternatively you can just lift the seat up. Let me see, I can do this one-handedly. Basically once and pull this thing down itself. So basically that's the second alternative which you could do, which is to lift the seat up, and the seat will hold in position once you pull this strut right here down. So you just hold it in. Same goes for the other side as well. So yeah, to pull it back down, just need to pull this up, and it will just automatically drop down. So yeah, that's all. Now let me just show you guys the trunk space of the rear of the car itself. Let me just close this door. So basically, as you guys can see right now, I'm in the rear of the car itself. Legroom wise, this is my normal driving position wise. So yeah, as you guys can see, there's still tons of space right, leg space wise, and also headroom wise is also not too bad itself. So yeah, unfortunately don't have any armrest right here, so you can't really rest your arm in the center itself. But one good side is the transmission tunnel for this car isn't that big, so you can technically fit I would say fit 2 full roses adult. Maybe small children shouldn't be a problem, adults wise shouldn't be a problem as well, but it will definitely be a squeeze itself. So yeah, in the rear itself, you get 2 bin right here. So basically, you get quite a lot of storage space for the rear itself. Other than this space right here, and right here, and right at the front for the driver itself, for the front part of the passenger itself. The rear itself, you just got your handle to close the door itself, some bin right here, your handle to get out the car itself, and yeah, that's the same for the other side as well. Other than that, that's all for the rear itself. Unfortunately, do not have any grab handle for the rear passenger, which is very, very weird. Somehow only the front passenger have it, which is another weird thing which I really don't understand it itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the front of the car right now. So let's go. So basically, getting out of the car isn't a problem as well, as the doors open do open quite wide, so you can just step right out without a problem at all. Oh yeah, and this car also has keyless entry. So oh yeah, before I show you guys the interior, the front of the car itself, this car also has keyless entry. So right now, let me just show you guys the key. So basically, this is the key of the Honda Fit itself, which is the same as the, if I'm not wrong, the current generation Honda Fit that I reviewed few months back, or couple of weeks back, not too sure. But yeah, basically, if this also it has the keyless entry thing. So basically, you can just press this right here, and the car will lock itself. And when you're getting back right in, you just put your hand right in, and the car will unlock itself. So yeah, alternatively, as what I'm going to mention this whole thing again, but alternatively, you can just press the button on the key itself to unlock the car itself, and you should be able to get right in. So yeah, basically right now in the car itself, I really like about this. In my opinion, I feel this generation of Honda Fit or Honda Jazz itself looks so much nicer, as the interior is so much the looks of the car look so much nicer compared to the current one, which I feel technically it doesn't really resemble the past generation Honda Fit itself. So yeah, but interior wise, I would say you got a decent amount of storage space, but not that big. So yeah, I can't really put much in the storage space itself, which I'm trying to put this right in. Okay, it's closed. So yeah, okay, so yeah, basically that's the storage space here. Unfortunately, you don't have any space to put your armrest for the driver itself, so that's a downside. But you get your typical handbrake right here, your gear knob, which is different from the hybrid itself. If you've seen all my hybrid review of all the Honda products from Honda itself, but I'm going to talk about this later on. But yeah, so basically right here you got infotainment screen itself. This is the aftermarket one, which Tribecar installed once, I think, when they got the car itself. So basically they rip out what's that thing called, the stock infotainment screen, the stock infotainment system, and put it in the aftermarket one instead. So yeah, that's the downside of that. Just right beside the infotainment screen, you got your hazard light right here, which you just press like a regular hazard light switch. You also got your aircon controls right here, which I'll show you guys later on, but it's also quite similar to the Honda Shutter, Honda City, and many of the other Honda products itself, which are currently out in the market itself. You got some storage space right here to put your stuff. So yeah, and you got 2 cup holders on the center console itself. You also got a 12-volt socket outlet right here, so you can put your stuff in. You got your stop start, and your gear shifter for the car itself. So basically, if you want to shift to drive, just put your foot on the brake itself and pull it right all the way down to drive. Or alternatively, you can go one step further down and go to sport. Or if let's say car is under heavy load, you can also go to low mode, which will engage the car in a lower gear. So yeah, then it will allow how to move to go off by a slower speed, if I'm not wrong, but I could be wrong on that. Next time, you got your typical handbrake, and that's all. Now let me just show you guys this. So basically, this is your stop start button right here, which would turn on the car itself. And yeah, so basically, yeah, to engage the turn on the car itself, just need to step your foot on the brake itself and press the start button. But for the time being, I'll just I'll press it 2 times for the accessory power itself. So yeah, so basically, as you can see, everything's totally turning on. And press again for the full accessory power. So basically, apologies for my mistake just now. One press for, so it's basically one short press for, short to medium press for the first powers. The second press for accessory power itself. So basically everything will turn on, including infotainment screen, all the screen right here itself. Okay, before I show you guys all the buttons right here, let me just show you guys the AC controls. AC control is very similar to all the other Honda product that I reviewed so far. So basically like the Honda City, Shutter, and this Honda Fit right here itself. So basically you got your front and rear defrost, recirculate air, this to allow the airflow to directly into the car itself. This is your AC controls, this is to turn off the fan for the AC itself, and this is your auto climate control itself. This is right here, you got your buttons right here to adjust the fan speed. On the right hand side, you got to adjust your temperature control, and in the center is to adjust how you want the airflow to be blowing directly at you. Moving on to the next part of the car right here, the center of the car itself. For the steering wheel, unfortunately there isn't anything you can really control, because if not wrong, this should be the baseline spec, so then hence there isn't any buttons for you guys to press on the steering wheel itself other than your horn right here. Moving on, you got your indicators right here and your light switch. Right here you got your wipers control itself. So basically if you just want to wash your windscreen itself, just need to pull back and you will just spray the fluid. It won't against the wiper itself, unfortunately, but if you want to do so, in just one swipe itself for the wipers itself. That's for normal itself. If you go 2 swipe down, it will be the continuous one itself, and all the way down is for like, and if you go all the way down, it will be like the fast continuous sweep of the wipers itself. One press up is just one sweep itself. Apologies for the error in the mistake just now. On the right here, you got your indicators right here. So basically, if you're driving on the high beam, just need to pull back the stop right here, and to engage high beam is just the other way around itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the things you need to see right here. This button right here, if you guys are wondering, is basically adjust the screen right here itself. So yeah, so basically if I were to press this, you can see all the your average fuel MPG, your trip information, trip A, trip B, the time format to adjust the timing itself, and this is your right here on top, you got your mileage itself, and the temperature on the outside itself. Right down below, you got your fuel gauge, your fuel information. So yeah, and this if I'm not wrong, this is how much fuel you're getting back from your coasting itself. Center, you got your, so yeah, basically that's all for the right hand side of the screen itself. Right in the center right here, you got a speedo, and on the left hand side is the rev gauge itself. Normally on the left, if you get a hybrid, it will show the battery charge and the battery output of the hybrid motor itself, but in this case, this is a normal car itself, so hence it's just the regular rev gauge itself. Alright, now let me just move on to the next part right here. You got your another cup holder right here for the driver, exclusively just for the driver itself. One more air vent for the driver right here. Technically, if you were to put your drink right here, it will just cover up the airflow coming out from the air vent itself. So technically, this AC vent right here is technically cooling your phone or your drink right here. So yeah, let me just move on next to the next few buttons right below here. This is your somewhat like eco mode on this car itself. This to turn off traction control, and this to turn off the folding mirrors itself, and this to adjust the lights itself. Right down below, you got your hood release for the front of the car itself, and this is your fuel filler cap to open up your fuel filler cap when you're refueling the car itself. Other than that, that's all for all the buttons right there. Now let me just show you guys some more buttons right here itself. So yeah, so basically the buttons right here, you got your, this is to fold the mirror itself manually, to press it another time to unfold the mirror itself. This right here to adjust the mirror. So basically, if I were to press the right, you can just adjust it right here on the D-pad itself. Let me just fully turn on the car itself. Right here, you got your switch to prevent people from rolling down the windows itself, and this is all your mirror control switch right here to wind down the mirrors itself. Now let me just move on to the next part of the car right here, which is this thing which you see right here. So basically, you got this very nice strap right here to insert, maybe to put a card right through. If you do not want it, put it right below there itself. If I have to fold it light. So basically this is also act as a sun visor for yourself to block out the sun. Next up, you got your mirror. You got a mirror right here for the driver itself, and the same can be said for the passenger. Passenger is also the same thing. So yeah, and one thing I think this should be quite common in other cars nowadays is basically if you want to block out the sun from your right or on your left for the passenger itself, just need to pull this out, and you can just swivel it to the other way around, and it's blocking the sun from that side. To put it back, just the same thing. Just swerve it to the left and pull it back up, and that's all for the sun visors for the Honda Fit itself. You got your light switch right here, which you could press manually itself. It won't turn on when you open the door itself, unfortunately, so that's the downside. But yeah, other than that, that's all for the light switch itself. Now let me just show you the center control right here. So basically in the center, you got 3 different time modes. You got on. In the middle, when so basically this will turn on when the car doors are open. If not, you can just turn off manually itself. So yeah. Oh yeah, I almost forget to mention to you guys about how you can adjust the steering wheel and also adjust your seat on the Honda Fit itself. So basically, to adjust the Honda the seats and the seat and the steering wheel column on the Honda itself, just basically there's this lever right here which you guys need to pull, and the seat you can just adjust it according to how you like it. So basically you can push in or push out, if I could adjust it, but basically you can just adjust it according to how you like, and once you adjust the position that you like, you just push back right in and it will just lock in position itself. For the seat itself, you got this lever right here to adjust the height. So basically to pull up is for higher, pull down, press downwards is for lower itself. So yeah, and this right here to adjust the angle of the seat itself, so you can adjust it on how back or how forward you want it to be, and right here is to adjust the how back or how close to you want it to be the steering wheel. Other than that, that's all for the car itself. I would say overall experience driving this car is when this car is in sports mode, there isn't really a kick at all. It's basically this I think some people would say this engine that this Honda Fit has is not really that powerful. So like when you give it when you step on it, there isn't really a big difference. So yeah, maybe personally I feel this car is not really meant for pushing to the limit. It's meant for just daily driver and maybe like a alternative car. If you guys have a 2-car drive, this could be your alternative car itself. But personally I feel if I have to choose between this Honda Fit and the current generation Honda Fit, I will go with the previous generation Honda Fit, because I like the styling much more and it look more nicer compared to the current one which is out in the market itself. So yeah, and most probably I would also go with a hybrid, because the hybrid one is so much better compared to the non-hybrid version itself. Yeah, other than that, that's all I have to say for this video itself. Yeah, basically that's all I say for this video itself. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click the subscribe and click to see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.